Hello and welcome to the Katahdin program's STEM classroom. I'm going to give you a quick tour and show you where we keep our supplies and what our lab facilities look like. This classroom is called our STEM classroom. We mostly use it to keep and store our science supplies, and it's also used as a maker's space for students who want to work on robotics projects or work with the 3D printer. The reason why we don't use this classroom for actual STEM lessons is because it's actually just not big enough to hold all of our students at once. We have about 20 students, and this classroom can only hold like 6 to 8 students at once. This bigger classroom is where we have our pre-lab lectures, and in the back of the classroom there's a big table where students can work in groups to complete their wet lab activities. As you can see, it would be really helpful to have actual lab benches or lab tables where students could complete their projects in a more appropriate setting. We use the STEM Design Challenge kits from Carolina Biological as well as the demonstration kits quite a bit in our classrooms because we don't have that many supplies of our own, and these kits provide pretty much everything we need for each lab experiment. One really cool piece of equipment that we have here is this 3D printer where students are allowed to design their own projects using the computer, where they will then be printed on this 3D printer. This is an example of a project that was designed using the 3D printer by one of our students. It's a little airplane, and it's been pretty popular. We also have a 3D printing pen that allows us to create some different things than the 3D printer can print. The limiting factor in the use of the 3D printer is the amount of supplies that we have. We actually only have 2 rolls of this 3D printer filament available, and it would be really awesome to have more of that so that more students could use the 3D printer. We have 2 camera drones here, and they've been pretty popular on our adventure trips when we go outdoors and do fun field trips. One of them is remote controlled and one of them is controlled using an app on a smartphone. We have a couple of students who are interested in robotics and in coding, and here we have some robotic supplies as well as a beginner's Arduino kit. It would be really great to get more students involved in the robotics program, but we would need more supplies for that. These wood engravings were made in an experiment to demonstrate Lichtenberg figures, where we took a transformer out of a microwave, placed a nail at either end of the piece of wood, connected the transformer, and allowed the electricity to flow through the piece of wood. Lichtenberg figures are also found in lightning, so it was a really cool way to demonstrate electricity. This shelf is home to all of our glassware, which was actually donated to us by a local university. We have a few Erlenmeyer flasks in different sizes, a few graduated cylinders, a few beakers, some forceps, some pipette tips, and a few petri dishes. What we really need more of in this section are more safety supplies such as goggles, gloves, and lab coats, some sort of storage for chemicals, as well as more glassware and wet lab supplies to allow for more chemistry, basic biology, and environmental science experience to happen. An upgrade in our makerspace 3D printer and robotic supplies would allow more students who might normally not get involved in such activities to get more involved in engineering and creative thinking. A lab update would make a difference in science teaching by allowing for a much wider variety of STEM topics to be covered. Covering more topics would allow us to introduce and demonstrate more career options for our students. Because we are an alternative high school, many of our students have had significant interruptions in their high school learning. Being able to better fill their gaps in STEM content knowledge by demonstrating a wider variety of STEM topics would give them a better chance of succeeding on standardized tests and college placement exams. Through our STEM design challenges, we also aim to develop characteristics such as teamwork, accountability, and creativity in our students, which are crucial skills they will need in their futures.